designs.com and the Altered Book Nook on Etsy.com. We are going to work on a project for Tickled Pink today, guys. And this is it. You can see right here. I've already got this one done. Yeah. Kind of hard to show you how to do something that's already done, right? Well, that's the way it goes. I recorded this whole process here of the it's a 4-pocket flat stack for my journal. And I got to the end where I was getting ready to edit the video and made the beautiful discovery that it was not recording. Got pretty videos, but it's not recording. So I'm going to do it again, and we're going to do it a little differently. We're going to do another one that we'll put somewhere else in the book, and it'll be very similar, which doesn't matter as long as it looks different. So here we go. What you're going to need as you know, we are working with what we call page inserts. These are just these little 4.5 by 7 little inserts that I'm using so that when I choose a page that's to work with, I don't have to work on the page itself. I will work on the background of whatever we're doing, and then we'll work on the page. And I really want to do maybe a pink page on the side this time. But we're going to keep this one here so you can see it. I'm going to kind of move it to the side here. It'll be in the view. And we're going to kind of work here if I can stay in camera. All right, up in this corner, I got a whole lot of my little stuff cut out, but it's not all really all pre-prepped, but it's kind of cut out. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need 3 of the 4.5 by 7 if you're working on the same size spiral notebook. If not, whatever fits your page, that's what you're going to need. 3 of these. Different styles, different colors, because you're going to layer these. This is your stack right here. You're going to stack these. You're going to need 2 tags. Where am I at? 2 of the larger tags of size. Right there. And you're going to need a photo or something to make your little front flap out of. And then you're going to need another tag that's going to go right in there. And I'm just going to use a journaling card, okay? So that's the items you're going to need. Let's go over it again. You're going to need 3 of the flat inserts. You're going to need 2 of your larger tags. And then you're going to need a journaling card and a journaling card. 2 different sizes. Remember, one needs to be a little tall, the other, and a little thinner, okay? As we make this, it'll make more sense. Okay, first things first. What you have in the 4-pocket stack is, well, of course, 4 pockets. You got a side pocket here. You've got a top pocket here. You've got another pocket at that level. Then you've got another pocket at that level. And then you've got a slip open journaling spot here. Okay? The journaling spot makes one of the pockets. But anyway, let's go with this. So here's what we got. Okay, so as you see, we got the 1, 2, 3 backgrounds. 1, 2, 3. That's the 3 backgrounds. Now, let's start cutting these out. The first one, I want to keep it the full size, but this is the one I want. I'm going to put it on a pink sheet somewhere in the book, probably right here. I'm kind of liking the way that looks, so I'm going to probably put it right here on a pink sheet. First things first, we're going to take my large punch, and I'm going to round the corners. And that just kind of breaks the monotony of the square pages because my pages are square. And I may put corner protectors on these and I may not. Okay, and I do not have my pink, Victorian pink, my Victorian pink stamp pad has disappeared. It's called Victorian Rose, I guess, my distressing. My pad's disappeared. I don't know what's happened to it, but I do have my refill here. And I'm going to dab a little bit of that on my kit, on my sponge here. Kind of get my sponge full of color because I don't need a lot. And I'm going to have to take a piece of paper and dab it out because I don't want it that full. So I'm going to dab some of that out. Okay, see, this is just me. Oh, I guess you can't see what I'm doing. Oh, I hate that. I got my camera up higher. That's okay. All right, now dab some of it out. Toss that away so that when I do my edges, I'm just getting a little on it. I'm not caring to get a major amount on it. Okay, I really need this space here. I'm going to move this aside a little bit further, over this way, out of the way. I think I need to get my camera moved over some. Let me see if I can do that. There you go. All right, there we go. Got a little bit more space here to work with. All right. Forgive me, I don't normally adjust my camera while I'm recording, but you know what? I don't think it hurts a thing. Again, this is the way it goes when you're crafting. And I'm going to try to quit being so meticulous, because it seems like the more meticulous I try to be, the worse it goes for me. So I'm just going to do. And if I make an error, you know what? I'll just show you how to correct errors. Okay, so that's the first one. Lay my stamper aside right over here. All right, that's the first one, right sides. Okay, that's the first one. The next one is going to be this layer here. And we're going to do that with, do I want to do the green? I think I want to do the green. It's my next layer. Okay. Yeah, I think that's my next layer. And what I want is, I want this to come out where there's just a little edge across here, all the way around, just a little edge. And then a right good amount of space at the top. So that looks like my cut lines. I'm going to get my cutting board, bring it on screen, let you see me cut. Not that it's a big thrill to watch somebody cut, but somebody knows where to get these blades for this particular machine. I would really love for you to tell me, because mine is getting dull. And it's starting to make my edges a little raw, but you know, that's okay. It's still scrap journal, so it's not frightening me too bad that they're raw. But anyway, that's about the same size, a little bit smaller than the prior one, but who cares? Who cares? Not me. So the basic shape is there. Okay, we're making a pocket out of this. Okay, this one is now 2 3/4 wide. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 3/4 wide. So we need it to go. Well, let's center it right here in the center here, and that's going to be my center, I think. Okay, so that's going to be my center. So I'm going to mark my center, guys. And what am I doing? Why am I doing this? I am going to punch a pocket slot. I think a thumb tab. That's all. That's the only reason I'm doing that, guys. I'm getting ready to punch my thumb tab. Let's punch the thumb tab. Okay, we got it. Let's do it again. Just break some of the monotony by stamping this. No, I'm not going to round the top corners, but I did round the bottom corners. Okay, there's our pocket. That's my next layer. Okay, same thing with this one. While I got it out here, I'm going to measure it here to here. Right there is my center line. We want this pocket to go on this side, so we're going to tab it on that side. Simple, simple, guys. This is really a simple 4-pocket stack, but it will be some kind of pretty when it's done. And the thing about it is, they're so quick and easy. You can do these in all places in your journal, and how this just gives you more and more and more writing spots to do. Okay, then you're going to actually attach this one. So I make sure I'm where I'm supposed to be. And I don't think I am. I've skipped one. I have skipped one. I got to have a top pocket here. This one. Okay, that one doesn't have as much. So bear with me. So I've got this pocket done, which is this layer right here. This pocket right here is this layer. Now we got to work on this layer right here. And it's going to have a top pocket here. So let's go in. We don't want all of it cut out like we did the other one. We want a little bit of space up here. Just a little. Make sure I'm not cutting off too much. Yep, a little bit of space right there. And I want about equal amount here and here. Again, we're going to take our cutting board. I'm going to measure this like this. Slice it. That's off. We're going to come over here. You guys, yeah, I just threw it on the floor. You should see my floor. Okay, I would not want you to see my floor. All right, so that's done. Now, same thing, corners, bottom corners. I'm using the large round. We want the large round. All right, we're going to come in here and measure the width. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's my center mark right there. Right there. Go in, do do our thumb notch. Our trusty little inker here. And just break just a little bit of that area off. Don't have to do a lot, just a simple inking. Okay, got that. All right, this one is my next attachment. I want this attached right here. And we're going to want the green to go in the background here. So you have to look at that and measure and make sure you're staying really close along this edge. And I really don't think I want it to, well, no, I'm probably going to trim some of this off, just letting you know, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put this one down onto our base. This is our base. And it's a pocket too, so, you know, you're not going to glue this whole one down, but we'll get there when it's time. Okay, I'm going to go right along this edge. Don't want to take up a lot of my space because I want my card to go, all my tag to go all the way in there. So I'm going to keep it as narrow as possible. I'm going to put it on here and try to get it even right to start with. To me, that's imperative. Okay. Okay, now, don't see my paint scraper. I'm real bad about throwing stuff when I'm working, and it ends up, I don't even know half the time where, like this one's up here on top of something. Okay, put it back so you can keep seeing this, because this is what we're making right here. Okay, and I go this way with it. The reason being is I don't want the glue to spread inward. So I want the glue to spread towards the outside edge. So I go down like that from the center out. Then I make sure I've got my glue off those edges. And that's down, right down. So that's that step. Next one, you want to get this pocket down. Same thing. You want to glue around the edge. The three sides here, here, and here. Keeping it kind of close to that edge, guys. As close as possible. I've really got in further than I want there. I'm going to wipe some of it off. And the next one is the same thing. We're going to come in. That's not got enough trimmed off, I don't think. So we're going to have to, unfortunately, I didn't measure that properly. Or at least I had not. I should have done this one before I measured this one. So we're going to have to wipe the glue off for a second and trim it down just a little more. It's okay height-wise, but we need to take just a slither off each side just to make the pocket more distinctly separate from the second layer. The color separates it pretty well too, but and I know that, but I still want it to be a little bit more narrow. And it's a pocket going in it. I mean, it's a tag, so it doesn't have to be real wide. It's not a journaling card going in it. Okay. Let's see what we've got before we cut the corners again. Much better. So that was a simple fix right there. Going to come back in, clip the bottom again, and of course we got it now. Go back and re-ink that little bit that we cut right there. Not an issue. See, take a mistake and just fix it. That's just that simple. Now we're going to go back and re-glue these edges again. Get the tissue out of the way. All right, go back and glue the edge again. Looking up to make sure I am on video still. Make sure we're still recording. Oh, it's so aggravating when you do a whole recording and realize you have no sound. Which is because I had been doing video shorts and I don't do sounds. I just put music to my shorts and goodness, I didn't cut my mic back on. My fault, but you know, we corrected it. No problem. We're correcting it right now by making another 4 pockets flat stack. Okay? Now you see, this is not adding a major amount of bulk to your book either, because it's still really flat so far. That's plenty of room for your tags and all. Okay, now what we're going to have is the large tags are going to go here. So we're going to trim it down to where the tag, I want the tag to kind of, well, I guess it can stick up over the book a little. You know what? That tag is perfectly fine. We're not going to cut this one. I know this one's going to have to get cut down. And I wish I had one that had printing on it. But the only one I got is a snowman. And that's the one we just used in here. So I don't want to use the same one. So we'll build one. We're going to build us a tag, guys. These blanks are in the Tickled Pink kit. If you bought the kit, you'll find a sheet of these blanks. And you probably looked at it and thought, what am I going to do with that? Well, what you're going to do with this is where you're going to take your tag and you're going to make your own. All right, I don't want it to poke up any further than that, so I'm going to cut it right about there. Okay, so I'm going to cut it right about there. I'm leveling it out, cut right about there. And I think because I've got to fix the back side, I may make a small pocket here. Haven't done it didn't do it on this one, but I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to make this a little pocket since we got the excess. Let's not throw it away. All right, so what we're going to do here to make this tab a little firmer, we're going to find a piece of the journaling paper that's cardstock. If we got a piece. If not, we'll put a piece of regular 110 on the back and then add the printed, pretty ones. And I'm not finding any that's on cardstock, so I'm going to grab a piece out of the 20 pound, and I'm going to go over here and grab another piece of the 110. Oh yes, I use a lot of 110 cardstock. Reach over here and grab a 110. The first thing I'm going to do is quit throwing stuff, I think. That's a joke, y'all. Just a habit. Just sling it out of my way while I'm doing. Okay, we're going to glue all this really good. The whole thing. Which, you know what? I don't have to glue this side part because we're going to put something else on that. So just let that go. Just glue this part right here. Keep the flat folded up. So that's just going to be a pocket. It don't need to be so thick. Okay. We're going to lay it down the edge here. And we're going to trim this out. Okay. Lay it on the edge like that. And again, I've laid my smoothing tool down. Yeah, I call this a smoothing tool. I know. I had somebody kindly write me in my comments and told me that was a paint scraper. Well, yes, it is. That's what it was made to be, but it's my smoothing tool. Thank you. I love comments. I love to read my comments, guys. Don't ever hesitate to write me comments. And unfortunately, I just glued out a little bit crooked, but it's already down. That's my very art for you. It's going to tab fast. So when I trim this out, I'm going to have to trim up this whole card here. Got to trim out this whole edge here. Okay. Guys, I'm working fast and I know that, and I apologize because there's no big hurry on this video. Except that I am having to make all my cards from scratch on this one where they were already pre-prepped on the other one, but that's okay. We're still a learning process. As long as you guys are learning something, that's all I care about. Okay. Here. And I'm even cutting this edge off, I think. I'm going to cut the, I think I'm going to cut the edge off. I had put a border on this card when I made it. But I think we're going to cut the border off. So it'll be like this. Just go right down there and cut that border off. It makes the tag a little bit smaller, which is what I'm after. I want the tag to be just a little bit smaller so it fits inside my pocket that I'm making it for. And we'll test it for a second and see before we do anything else. This is a smaller one, so we want it to fit in there nicely. All right, I think we're good there, okay? Got it kind of like I want it. All right, now, on the back side now, we're going to take the flat paper again. Yeah, we don't have to do anything else. This was a misprint, so no problem. We're just going to put the writing paper down so that the back of my card is a journaling spot, or the back of my tag is a journaling spot. That's what we're trying to do here. Okay, and I have to look at it again and make sure my lines are going the right way. So we want this glued like this, so that the lines are going across like they should go for writing. Smoothing tool. Okay, that way. Again, I am going to trim off more of this. Okay, so ladies knives, we always use extras. Okay, so now there's your writing spot on this one. I really need to press this down some more. So they go out because I saw one lump and I don't like lumps, especially on the part that you're going to be writing on. And now it's gone. Okay, now it's down. And then we're going to ink. And I'm getting a little more ink on this than I did the other side, but that's okay. Not hurting the thing. We're inking it up. Inking it. Okay, that side's inked. Come back and ink this side up. That's complete. Now we're going to come back and put a paper on this pocket. So I had cut something off earlier and I said I was going to save it because I could use it. And now, like everything else, I just slung it over here in my pile and I don't see it. How aggravating that is. Let me look up. There it is. That's what I'm looking right there. I had already cut this off of a piece from here. So I'm going to use this right here. I'm going to glue it down just like this. And then we'll cut off what we don't need. Okay. Okay. This is a little thick. I'm not sure we're going to be able to round that pocket on that one because that is a really thick piece of paper right there. You'll see when I go try to cut it with the scissors. Yeah, I can hardly cut it with scissors, so I'm sure my punch ain't going to punch that. So we're not going to worry about it. We're going to just take it as it is. And we're going to go like this with the two. I'm going to cut that little strip off right there. And I may just lay it across the top. I kind of like that. Yep, I do. I don't know why. Just a little extra decoration across the top. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I like it like that. I'm going to push it all the way up, almost to the top. Well, I'm going to go all the way to the top with it, like so. Just for a little extra decoration, and I'm going to trim that roundness there back onto it. All right. A piece of washi tape there, something, but you see that kind of breaks the monotony up in between. Now, there's my pocket, so I don't think it's going to punch, guys. I'm going to look. I'm almost sure it's not, but guess what? I guess if I press hard enough, it will if it doesn't break my punch. I don't want to break my punch. Oh, yeah, that looks nice. All right, let's put a little bit of color to break that color down there, all that whiteness. And I got a little bit of whiteness on these edges. I want to get those because that, like I said, that was a really thick little pocket right there that we just put there. All right, we're going to glue it down now. It's done. This part's done. Okay. There is our pocket. Now we need to put some clip art in. Something in that background. What do we want, guys? I'm looking at my clip art here and I'm not sure if I want to. That's my belly band. I'm not going to use that. If I want to cut Santa out and put him there. I really want a piece of clip art. I don't do that. I'm going to go grab my bag of stuff I've already worked on. I can't swear to myself that there's even a piece of clip art here. I do have a little teddy bear, but it's not big enough. And that's another thing. You'll make things and then you'll come back across here and realize, hey, I don't have enough. Okay, this tag could do this. Oh, that was one of my tabs I was looking for earlier, but hey, I know exactly what I'm going to do with it. This can just go into here. So I like that. So I'm not going to do anything else. That's already pre-prepped. So this is what we're going to stick inside this tab. And this one, I have got to quit throwing stuff. Ink it up a little. This card was in my stash, so you're not going to get to see me make this, but it's just a simple card. Fold it over and slid in this pocket. But I still want something back there, and I believe it's going to be Santa. I'm not going to swear to it because y'all been around me enough now. You know I can change my mind in a heartbeat. Of course, I kind of like this. Kind of like this as the background, because that's the same tab, so don't want to do that. I like the snowman. I'm going to slide him down, and I can make a tag out of him. Now I'm going to pop this back off, guys, and I'm going to put this guy down. That's what I'm going with. Yep, okay, guys, that's what I'm going to go with. Simply, just instead of doing a cutout, I'm just going to glue a journaling card down on there. Up there. Just going to glue a journaling card down. That's all. Just really nice and tight. Glue it down. Center it up in here a little. Try to make the edges as equal as I possibly can. Then come back and re-glue this. That was not a happy accident. That was an intentional mishap, but an intentional rip-off, so I could put something underneath it. Okay, let's let it dry again. I'm going to press down hard again. Press down. There's my tag. We're going to go in and punch the hole so that we can put the ribbon in it. Right there. Okay. Reach over here. Let me look at my ribbon. I don't want to do another one. I had a cute little one that's got stitches on it. I kind of like. I bought a bunch of small ribbons from Walmart today, so that's where these little ribbons are coming from. They're just real simply cute. It's a whole pack of them. I just got a whole pack like this from Walmart. They came in one pack. They came in this pack. It's called a Yama ribbon. Yama. And it was 8 ribbons, so that's where I got that from. All right, let's go in and do just a simple tie. I don't know if I want to do a loop tie on this one, or I think I'm going to do it this way. Let me see how it works out this way. This, just out of curiosity, I'm going to see if a loop will work, guys. It may not. Because this is kind of, it's that, what they call ribbed. It's a rib tag, and I'm not sure. And I've done that backwards, but it lays a lot flatter this way, so that's the way I'm going with it. Okay, just for myself, I'm going to glue a little bit of glue underneath there, and probably Fabri-Tac would be wiser. I'm going to start with this, and if it doesn't hold it, I'll come back with some Fabri-Tac, but I don't want a lot sticking up, so I'm just going to pull and make these like this, simply like that. So that one's done. Look back over here and push everything back out of the way. And let's make sure it will fit in our little tuck here. I hope so, because it is kind of a thick card. Let's slide it down, and it fits. Okay, so that's theirs. Now we've got to have another one back here. That one won't be as hard because it's printed, and we're not going to try and make it as thick. Okay, so what we're going to do with this one, it's already got the writing on the back, so we're not going to do anything except pop these corners. We're going to keep this tab kind of flimsy. I don't really like my tags being this flimsy, but because I made that one so thick, I don't want to add too much bulk. And as you know, I am really mindful of my bulk. And even though we're doing this new style journal with the spiral, and I don't think bulk at all is going to be an issue for us, I would hate to get halfway through the journal and realize it's bulking out, because there is no way to expand the spiral for me, and I don't want an alligator mouth. So we're going to keep going with this, going with the flow here. Okay, I'm going to pull this back out because We got to add our little card right here in there. All right. And I'm still hoping that that's not too much bulk. But we're going to let this dry a few more minutes. This is the piece we're working on. We're going to go ahead and get our ribbon on this one. And on this one, I think I'm just going to tie a really simple bow. It's a really simple satin bow. Not a large one, though. I want the small satin. It's narrow satin ribbon right here. And I'm probably cutting too much, but it's just easier to narrow it down as I need to. Okay. All right, let's make us a cute little bow here. Again, guys, I always glue down this part right here. My initial tie, I really always try to glue that down. It just kind of starts out giving you a base hold here. All right, and we're going to make a ribbon tie here. Okay, make the bow. Okay, I'm going to pull it. And there we have it. Now you can either let your tags hang up the top or you can bring them down lower. I keep stretching these like this, keep pulling until I get the size bow I want on it. Again, I go up underneath and squeeze a little glue. I'm going to let these just kind of fall where they may. Once they fall down, so I'm going to try to get this one to come underneath and down also. There we go. This side ribbon is a little wider than the other side, so I'm going to pull it just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Because I want a delicate bow here. I don't want anything big and bulky. And then we're going to come up underneath and just cut and cut. Now, I do suggest that you get a ribbon burner, a little, sometimes people use a lighter to sever these edges, but me, I just put a little piece of glue at the end of them later. All right, so now our big one is done. So let's just put it together at this point and see where we are. Okay, so that one's going to go like that. This one's going to slide underneath that. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to do it the other way. This one's going to have to go in first because we don't want them to interfere with each other. This one goes in, and you're going to put this one in. Are we seeing it? So we've got our two tags in. All right, now we got to work on this piece here. We've got this piece. We've got to find a piece like this, which we're just going to use a simple card that I've already made. It's already got a writing spot on the back. So that's going to be underneath this next layer. So I'm just going to ink a little bit to get the white off the edges. So he's ready to go. And this is what I'm going to make my pocket out of, this precious little girl picture here. Oh, and that's a little boy, excuse me, but he's the one we're going with next. All right, I'm trying to move everything kind of out of the way because I've kind of scattered everything. All right, so I need a couple of things here. One thing, I need a piece of the white. It's the blank white cardstock that we use. Okay, and I want it to fold, so I'm going to glue it, and I'll show you. I'm going to glue it in this corner. That's my first step. Get him glued down really good on this corner. This is my technique, and you can make these as just slip-ins, glue them in the book, whatever, but this is how I make my open journal card. This is an open journal card. In other words, you open it and journal inside of it. Okay? Okay, you start here. And be mindful of keeping it as straight as you can. But I hand cut these, so they're probably not straight to start with. Okay, the other thing I do before I do anything else is I'm going to come in here now, and I'm going to fold this over, trying to keep my edge down here straight. And I want to go in a little bit more. I don't want to see a lot of white here on this edge. Okay, there we go. Press that down. You see this? That's white. I don't like that white showing. So let's push it over a little bit more. Okay, now there's my fold. Okay, now I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut this out, just like this. Okay, and I'm going to come in and cut it just like this. Okay, don't have to do anything to this back because that's going to be glued down. All right, this is my front. Now, I am going to punch these corners, so I'm going to go ahead and cut off the border that originally was printed on the tag. I'm going to have to leave this back side because you can't cut that because that's your fold. But that's okay. We're going to go back in a minute and do something different. We're going to ink it and it'll show up better. All right, I'm going to ink this edge right here. So if there's any white, it's no longer white. I'm going to take the punch, the largest corner punch my corner. I'm going to look at it again because it looks like this bottom is not level with the bottom card. Punch it out or cut it out. Okay, got it even. It's a matter of preference at this point. Okay, now we've got this cut. It's a little larger than that one, but it doesn't bother me. Okay, because it's going to go down right here like this. And this is going to glue, and we're going to have writing spotting here. And then this is going to be a pocket back here, right here, okay, for this card. All right, so now we're going to get our writing paper out. Just this piece here. Another misprint. We're going to take and open up this piece and glue the whole inside. I'm sorry, let me get back in frame, guys. I'm sorry. We're going to glue this. Okay. Okay. Glue it down this corner here. So we can trim it out. Glue it. Get my cute little smoothing tool and smooth it. Now, like I say, you can still use this journaling card if you just want to stuff it in a pocket somewhere. And if you're going to just stuff it, then you're going to want to put a piece of your writing paper on this back side if you're going to use it that way. Me, like I say, I'm going to glue this particular one down, so we are not going to put writing paper on that back side. Writing paper off to the side. Gotta let this dry because my bulk is there and it's just trying to roll on me. So we're going to press it down one more time. Try to do away with that rolling that it's trying to do. Okay. Crease it again because you're putting a piece of paper down, so you're going to crease. All right, try to keep my desk as clean as possible. It's not clean by any means, but as clean as possible. All right, going to come back in and we're going to clip those corners off that we just put on. Okay. I see white space there. I don't like it. Come over, hold the scissors slanted so that you can kind of get underneath. Okay. If that doesn't make sense, you're welcome to write me a comment and I can explain to you why I just did that. Okay. Now, let's ink all the way around, and that kind of puts your pretense of a border back on it somewhat. All right, we've got that inked. Put all that over the side a minute. Okay, so now we've got this ready to go down. Got one more little step here. I take my Velcro strips here, and I don't want that big of a strip on this. It's such a small amount, but you want it to kind of stay down. So I am going to use some Velcro, but what I'm going to do is take my Velcro strip and I'm going to cut it in half. Okay? Just simply cut it as close to in half as you can cut it. Don't have to be perfect, guys. It's somewhat. Cut it in half. Okay? Lay one piece aside because you can use it. I'm going to peel this piece off. And right here, oh, I got my writing spot wrong. So be careful not to do that. It's okay. You can take it out and write it this way, but that's not the way we intended it. We intended the writing to go this way, but that's okay. it is what it is, and I'm not going to try to change it. Okay, so I put my Velcro there, and then I pull my other piece off. Matter of fact, let's do it differently. I want this Velcro, this flat edge to be against the edge. I'm sorry, guys. Flat edge against that edge. And it really kind of disappears in there for some reason this way. I don't know why. It just disappears to me. You don't really see it. Okay, we're going to put the next one down. The glue is on the back, and it's pretty heavy glue, but I don't trust it. So I will either put some more fabric tack on there or some of the berry glue. If you use the berry glue, remember it's a wet glue and it's going to take a few more minutes to dry, but you're going to press it on and just kind of hold it a few minutes. All right, we're almost done with this. We're just going to hold this a few minutes like this. Matter of fact, while that's drying, let's go ahead and glue it down. And remember, this is a pocket, so you don't want to glue the whole back because we want this to sit down in it. So again, you're just going to glue along this edge and along this edge. And if you want it belly band style, you would leave it wide open. I don't. I want mine as a pocket. I don't want nothing to go below it. Get it on here close to the bottom, a little bit on each side. Leaving some bigger space there so some of this can stick up. Okay, let's see how it looks. It didn't hold yet, so we got to go back and glue some of the side. And I didn't glue that side before. Okay. Now we have to make sure that this one is going to slide behind there like it's supposed to, and it does, and it works pretty well. Okay, and now once the Velcro dries, you'll be able to open this spot up and have a writing spot on the inside. But, you know, and I don't mind the paper going that way. It doesn't matter really to me either way. It looks beautiful. But there's your writing spot. All right, so that's your basic 4-pocket flat stack. It's very similar to this, but we're going to do it on another page in our book. This time we're going to get our book out, and I'm going to go way back towards the front, and I'm going to find the pink page. I kind of like it against that one. And I really kind of like it against the dolly. Yeah, it's going to have to be on this outside page of whichever page we put it on, which I really kind of like it in this front. Okay, let me see if this is a pocket page. Oh, yeah, this has already got a piece on it. All right, let's go back maybe a little bit deeper into the book and just see. I don't like it on that one. It can't be on that side, but you could do it here. Oh, and that blends. Okay, we're going to do it right here on this plain pink. Again, I don't want to get too close to my edge, but I want enough room for my pocket, my other card to go in. We got to make one more journal card, guys. So don't get too excited about we being done, because we're not done. We got one more journal card to do. But we're going to glue this again right on these edges. Real simple. We're going to place it on the sheet. And I like this because this pattern is a very background pattern. So you got a good combination between the two here. They look like they match. Okay, my tags are not going above my pages, so that's working out well. And we've got a pocket right here on this side. So now what we've got to do is make one more large journaling card. So let's just set that aside a minute. We're going to grab another piece of the 110-pound cardstock right here. Then we're going to look at some of our pages, our printed pages. Let me see if I can find some more of them. I got a lot of stuff pre-prepped, guys. I mean, everywhere you look, I got stuff pre-prepped. That's what I do. For days ahead of time, I pre-prep. Now, what I've got to do is find a pattern for my card, which I kind of like that. I kind of like the fireplace, but it doesn't reach around and slap me like I want it to, okay? My problem is, I think that's the only two I've got printed of my extra papers. I think. Everything else looks like they're background sheets. And if I'm not talking loud enough, I'm sorry, my heating system just came on. Oh, there's a dog and a cat one. So I do have a few printed over here. Oh, I got a gorgeous little snowman. I like him. All right, so what one do we want? Which of these pages do we want to make our card here out of? And I really think I want the ornament. Don't know why, I just do. Okay, let's look at that. All right, so now we know that the card is going to be about the same size as one of these bases, just a little smaller. So we're going to place one of these on here, like this, to start with, to kind of give me an idea of what I want. And I want the pink one. I've got something made out of that green one, so I want to get the pink one in here somewhere. So we're going to cut this pink one out right here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. And then I'm going to measure it and try to get it close to the right size before I glue it onto my face. I want this card to be thick. This is going to be a writing card again. So it's going to be this layer, and then one of the thinner sheets of the line paper on the back. And I will try to get my lines right this time on here. It's not the end of the world, but, you know, that's the way I really wanted it. And a little disappointed in myself that I didn't get it right, but hey, it's not the end of the world. All right, so let's take a look at it now. I can lay it right on top, and we're going to need to cut off. I need to cut off a little more on the side, so probably right about there, and probably right about there, okay? I'm thinking, no, I want it to go all the way in that pocket, so probably don't want to cut that much off. We'll just trim a little and see where we're at. I'm going to start trimming a little and then I'll put it down. I don't want to overdo it, because I can always cut more off. I can't put it back once I've cut it. I have to keep reminding myself of that. Okay, I'm just going to cut just a tiny bit off on this side. Okay, so that's got that. And now we need to cut it down about to here. We want it to fit very well in this pocket. So I'm going to cut it right about here. And I'm going to cut it right about here. And I want me a tab to go right there. Okay? One more time. I'm going to pull the blade out in front of us one more time. Okay, so cut it there. And cut it there. Okay. All right, so that's the base card. Now, and the tab, we want it to go on the on the book about where? About right there. So I really don't want the tab on the outside. I want it on the inside. So I'm just going to glue it on the inside. Okay. Right about here. Okay, so that's going to glue there. Then we're going to glue it down to this. You know what? Bear with me. I'm going to pull this off. I'm just not going to glue. Let me let this dry real quick. Okay, I'm just not going to glue it at that area. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to put my finger on that, and I'm going to glue everything but that little area there down. And I'm going to tell you why, because I want to slip that tab in before the glue dries. So I'm going to glue everything around it like this. I hope this is making sense, but it will when you see me get it finished, okay? So just left that unglued. Okay. So I can cut it out first, which would have been fine because you're not going to have to cut that edge, so I can go ahead and glue it. I'm just not thinking really well. That's nothing unusual for me, is it? Okay, now let's put the glue in there. We want it about centered. Because I'm not going to have to cut that edge, so I don't need a straight edge there. Slide that underneath. Okay, let's take our trusty smoothing tool. Leave it and glue out. All right, let's cut this first layer. I'm going to cut it right along that edge there. And again, if you don't want white sticking out, if you put your scissors at just a slight slant like that, it will kind of slide up underneath and you won't see the white poking from behind as much. Sometimes I still get it up there, but it's not as much. I'm going to ink top, ink the bottom, down this edge here, down this edge here. Still got to cut the corners off, so I don't want to do a lot of inking on that side yet. And I really shouldn't be doing this just yet either, but because it gets so thick by the time we put the third layer in, I'm going to go ahead and cut this card. And then when I do the back, I won't have to cut anything off except the lined paper. Okay, again, here we go. We're going to go ahead and glue this one down. Yeah, because we're going to make straight edge there. So this is going to glue down on this piece, like this, okay? Then we're going to take our lined paper, and we want it to be this way. So I'm going to lay this here. I'm going to glue this whole back again. This is my third layer, so my card's getting to be a decent thickness now. This is one of our large journaling cards. This is what I call the technique for my large journaling cards. I don't want to have to cut this front edge, so I'm going to lay this right on that edge. Don't want to have to cut that front edge. So I've got to be careful when I'm pressing down too that it doesn't slide. Smoothing it out now. Yay, we got it right this time. All right. Okay, so now you got a nice journaling spot there. I'm going to put back in and get this edge here. Y'all, I'm sorry I had to stop the video a second. My daughter walked in. She worked all day. She's a teacher. She just has to pop in and tell her mama hey every once in a while. All right, so now there's our journaling spot. There's our journaling card. All right, let's see if it fits into our book. Our 4-pocket flat stack is done. That is a beautiful card. It fits in beautifully. It's centered. It's got the pull tab on it. Guys, I'm going to call this project done. I hope you liked it. I hope you'll subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please like and subscribe my channel. If there's some kind of something you'd like to see me do for you, let me know, because sometimes you'll notice me in my book, and I have already got some things done. If you make a comment about wanting to see a video, if there's already a video on it, I'll tell you which of the playlists that it's in. But anyway, I think the only thing I left to do that I like to do is just I like a small little decoration sometimes on the inside. I don't know which way I want this one. I just want a little small something on the inside. Oh, no, you know what? I really like just like this little round sticker here. Nothing big, nothing fancy. Just something to break a little bit of the lines inside there. There again, that's the pull tab. It's done. So, guys, let's do a walkthrough real quick. We've got an open writing spot here, pocket here with a writing card. I did not round that one, and look at that. It's going all the way through like a billy man, and I didn't want that. So my glue must not have grabbed. So let's open this back up and press down. I sure don't want that to happen. There we go. We're good. All right. So that goes there. We got a really completely handmade tag we made on video here that flipped up and made a pocket here with a journaling spot inside and journaling spot on the back. Lots and lots of journaling spot on this one tag. That tag slides into this pocket right here. That's our third pocket right there with a tag, journaling card. Goes right there. And then our journaling card off to the side with journaling space on the back. So, guys, again, this is what we're going to call the full pocket flat stack. We will probably make several of these for the book, but I won't do any more on video. I've made two, one before the video and this one here. So we've got two of them in this book. That's all I'll probably put in this book. I don't know what we'll do next, but we will do another flat stack of some sort. It may be like a waterfall flat stack, but we're going to do another flat stack of some sort for this book. So far, this book is not getting too horribly thick. It's looking good to me. I'm hoping that as it expands, we'll still be able to close it. But we got to be careful. We got to be careful not to get too much more bulk in this book. This one right here added a tremendous amount of bulk. And if it keeps making me feel like it's way too bulky, I may end up cutting this down and revamp this some because I really don't want a major amount of bulk. So you may see that I pull this out so that I can get rid of some of this bulk. I don't like that much bulk. Okay? So anyway, and I haven't done this one on video, so we'll see how that one goes. But that really can probably come down and make something smaller. All right, so this is NanaKaye. We are working on Tickled Pink Christmas. It's in the Etsy site and on NanaKayeDesigns.com. So Etsy is the Altered Book Nook, and my base website is NanaKaye Designs. I don't do any physical items on Etsy. I do them on the NanaKaye Designs. So if it's a journal you want or a printed kit you want, I do printed kits by request only. So if you want a printed kit, you'll have to request one. I will do what I call a pre-prep signature for the regular journals. I do those pre-prep. And besides pre-prepping signatures, I also do a lot of prepping when I do these. And if somebody wanted me to prep some journal cards with expanded journaling lines on it, I'd be willing to do those as a special order. If you wanted a completed spiral book done as what we call a naked journal, and naked journal means simply this: there would be no pockets, no tags, nothing with it. It would just be simply the pages as you see here blank, where you would work on it yourself. You could buy your own tags, kits, make your own stuff, but we could make spiral books as a naked journal, and also the altered books out of the Reader's Digest or some different size book. So we can do those as a pre-prep. They're all special orders. Special orders, again, can only be done through the NanaKayeDesigns.com site. We do not do special orders through Etsy. I'm sorry, I don't send physical items through my Etsy shop. Physical items only come through NanaKayeDesigns.com. So if you want something special done, please email me at the Altered Book Nook. Let me go again. The Altered Book Nook at gmail.com. That is the way you can contact me if you have a special order. I'm more than glad to do that and get back with you on a price of having something like that done. Okay, so this is NanaKaye. I'm going to sign off for today. I'm hoping you're having a beautiful evening. I am going to continue prepping my stuff, getting my journal lines on the back. I've got tons of it here. Let me show you my, oops, wrong way. Show you my stuff. I got lots of it right here, pre-prepping. I'm prepping. Got lots of it I'm working on, guys. So I'm going to continue doing that. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, but we'll do another video tomorrow with another project. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys. It's been fun.